My name was originally Jason Thomas. I grew up on a council estate in Battersea named Surrey Lane. Most of you know Romeo from Soul Solid. I grew up a floor above him and his older brother Julian in a high-rise block. I grew up in a single-parent family. My mum's from Jamaica and my dad's was Haitian. But like most men nowadays, my dad was irresponsible and he ran away. And he abandoned my mother, me, my younger brother and my younger sister. So anyway, this took the toll on my mother because she had to do two roles. She had to be the loving, caring mother, but she also had to go out and work, two jobs, to provide for us, And she also had to be the father, who basically earned the money, to pay the bills and so forth. So basically she was doing two roles and it exhausted her, and wore her down. And I truly believe that because my father wasn't around, I started to take liberties, because there was no one to discipline me, a father figure. So basically, I used to shout at my mum, I used to slam the door in her face. I used to kiss my teeth, I used to play my music loud, I used to come in whatever time I wanted, and mess up my brothers and sisters' school. Because I would wake them up, and it wouldn't be an hour until they got back to sleep again, and they would wake up late for school and so forth. So anyway, this carried on for many years. And because I grew up on a council estate in Battersea, I thought I was poor, ain't it? Because all council estates, like they're painted in a depressing grey colour. The lifts are always filled with urine. The buttons always got spit on them, and I always had to be careful about which button pressing the button for my floor because I didn't want to touch the spit. And half the times it didn't work. So looking at my surroundings, I thought I was poor and stuff. So basically, for about 10 years, I was just constantly rude to my mother, and with tears in her eyes. Every so often she used to turn around and basically say to me, look Jason, I'm going to have to chuck you out, you're causing me stress, you're messing up the school for your brother and sister, so I'm going to have to chuck you out one day, but because I knew my mother loved me, I just kept on taking liberties. Anyway, after about 10 years, the council, they transferred us to Wandsworth. We moved to an actual house out of a high-rise block, and we moved to a better environment. But this was of no avail to me because my behaviour got worse because I was getting older and I got bigger, and my mum even had less discipline over me, even though she had no discipline over me before. Why? Because before when I was small she would hit me, but now I got to the stage where I used to laugh at her when she hit me because her beats didn't hurt. So anyway, one day, I come in as normal about 3 o'clock at night. I've lost my keys somewhere as normal, so I start banging down the front door. No one answered my door. So my second step was, me and my brother, we had an unwritten contract, and that was that every night I used to come in late, and no one used to answer the door. I used to throw a stone up at his window. And and the contract was, the unwritten and unspoken contract was, that the longer it takes you to come and open that door in the morning, when I throw the stone up at the window, the longer the beating is going to be, and the harder the beating is going to be when I catch you in the morning. So anyway, it was strange because I come to the house now, there's 2 black bags outside the front door, I bang on the door, no one answers. I throw a stone up at my brother's window, I shout up at my brother's window, no one answers the door. So after about half an hour, my mum comes out the front door, and she out the balcony, and she says, I'm sorry Jason, I have to let you go, I have to chuck you out, you don't respect me, you don't listen to me, you don't have any affection towards me, and you just take liberty and liberties with me. The more love I give you, the more liberties you take. So anyway, I start arguing with her, shouting at her, I start intimidating my brother, saying, open the door, don't listen to mum, open the door. And what happens is the neighbours come out and I start arguing with them. And then what happens is basically, I start arguing with the neighbours and everyone just agrees, that this guy's got to go. So the second stage of my life basically is I'm homeless now. I'm kicked out, I'm homeless, and I'm not homeless and go and live with my uncle or my auntie, because my uncle and my aunties, they said to my mum to kick me out a long time ago. So basically, I'm like homeless, like sleeping in Wandsworth Common homeless, like sleeping like on the street in park benches, like just anywhere I can find in a shelter. I'm just sleeping on the street, So anyway, one day after about 7 or 8 months of being homeless, I'm about 6 or 7 stone. My clothes are falling off me. I'm losing consciousness. I'm fainting on the street. So So I'm in between Clapham South and Balham, and there's an office for teenage pregnancies and teenage abortions and stuff like that to get advice on these issues. So I walk in there and there's a lady in there. And she asked me what I want. I said, look, you've got to help me. I'm living rough on the street. I'm going to die out there. I need you to help me. I need you to find me a place to stay. She goes, this is a place for teenage pregnancies, yeah? And young single mothers and abortions. I'm not equipped to deal with you. I said, you've got to help me, man. What, like, if you don't help me, I'm going to die outside. So anyway, she said, look, I can't help you. I'll make a few phone calls, but I can't promise you anything. So she makes a few phone calls or whatever. And about an hour later, you know, she says, look, I can't help you. All I can say is that you've got an interview, next week with Wendell Housing Association. So anyway, I go to the interview. I don't even remember much that was said in the interview. I just remember there was a woman and a man. And at the end of the interview, they gave me a key. And I was haps. I was over the moon. I was enjoying myself. I was haps. So anyway, from this stage is the stage of my life. I'm in a hostel with bedsit, you know. I've got all the freedom in the world. No mum, no dad. I can wear what I want, listen to what I want, eat what I love, bring who I want round. You know what I'm saying? Also, the hostel's divided into two guys and two girls. So there was girls round, they used to bring their friends round, and I just had total freedom. Also, at this stage of my life, I started hanging out with a guy I used to go secondary school with. He used to take me to a estate in Wandsworth called Henry Prince. And this estate was amazing because not only were there people my age, 15, 16, 17, but there was olders. There were people like in 21, 25, and some people in their late 20s. And I was amazed by their lifestyle. Because these people that used to hang around there, the olders, they used to drive convertibles. They used to have big gold chops around their arm and around their necks, you know. They used to go raves and people knew who they were. You know what I'm saying? They used to have fights with other gangs. Sometimes they would win and sometimes they would lose, but they were known. And I admired them and I wanted to be like them because I never had a father that was an IT consultant, graphic designer, manager, consultant, or a lawyer or anything. So anyway, after a few months of hanging around with them, I wanted to ask them, you know, how do you lot make their money? So they said they're going to show me how they make their money, ain't it? So they said, one day, I go with them. They said, we're going to go shop first, then we're going to show you how we make our money. So they went into the shop, they picked up a Coke, they picked up a Pepsi, and they gave the man £1. So the man pressed the till to basically give them their change, and they hit him in the face, and they start attacking him, and start punching him and kicking him, until the guy is basically finished. And then they take the tray on top with the coins, and then they take the tray underneath with the notes. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, after a while, I start doing this with the youngers. And basically, if you do crime, you got to go to jail. So anyway, they used to do other things as well. They used to follow people back from the city, like Liverpool Street, business people. When they would get off the train and walk down their road, when the person put the key in his door to open his door, you know, then basically they would just rush him, clear out his house, and take any belongings he had. So anyway, I ended up going to jail. You know, because I did a shop robbery, they gave me bail. After the shop robbery, I robbed a businessman, and they said, that's it, you're going to jail. So I'm in jail waiting for trial. I go to trial, and this guy, the guy we robbed, he can't come to court because he has heart failure. You know what I'm saying? So we go to another trial date, he can't come to trial, heart failure. So until about a year, it's about a year before I go to trial. When I'm in jail anyway, I start thinking, because I've been in jail for a year. So I start thinking about life and stuff. So anyway, everyone else in jail is saying this, but when I get out of jail, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to rob a post office so I can get, you know, a £500 shirt and £200 shoes and go in a rave and all the girls will love me. Or another person says he's going to rob a post office, you know what I'm saying, so we can get, you know, a big watch, you know what I'm saying, a convertible, and pull outside the rave and all the girls will look at him, yeah? And I started to realise that this life is a bit boring, it's a bit fake, because the olders, yeah, I would never get to the top because the olders, they had more money than me. The olders, they were physically bigger than me. The olders, they had a bigger rep than me. The olders, they had more girls than me, and they had more cars than me. So I thought that couldn't be it. Anyway, what I didn't tell you is one day, yeah, when my cousin came round, yeah, he came round to my mom's house, yeah, he had a bed, you know, and he looked a bit different, you know. and he was wearing a long gown and he looked a bit different. So I was wondering, what's up with my cousin? So I asked my cousin, what's up with you? How come you look different? How come you seem different? He said he's become a Muslim. And I said, I was confused. I was thinking in my head, yeah, how are you gonna pretend to be Asian? You know what I'm saying? You're black, you've got darker skin than me. How are you gonna hang around with Asians and pretend to be Asian when you've got black skin? So my cousin had to explain to me, because a Muslim is not an Asian, you know, it's not a race, you know. A Muslim is a belief, yeah, and Islam is a way of life. And the difference between Islam and every other religion is that every other religion, it does tell you to be good to your parents, it does tell you to be good to the poor, it does tell you to be good to the homeless. But Islam, when you take the time to look into all these other religions, you take the time to analyze all these other religions, you find that they're not worshipping God, they're worshipping a man, and they're worshipping a statue, or they're worshipping an animal, or they're worshipping something created. So I said to him, no, our family are Jamaican Christians. We don't worship men, statues, or women, or animals. We believe in one God, and we believe that Moses, Jesus, and all these prophets called people to worship God. And he said, nah, our Jamaican family believe that Jesus is God. I said, no, we don't. You know, I said, yes, they do. So I went to my mum, you know, and I goes, Mum, we believe that Moses, Jesus, and all these people, they came and they told people to worship God. Yeah, we don't believe that Jesus is God. And she said, no, Jason, what you got to understand is there's a Trinity. There's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. All three are God. But I said, Mum, how could Jesus be God? Jesus used to pray to God. How could Jesus be God? Mary gave birth to Jesus, and she looked after him. How can Mary look after God? So from that stage, I knew that Jesus was a God. So anyway, basically in jail, there was Christians, Sikhs, Hindus, Muslims, everyone. So I asked them, what does your religion about say God? Yeah, they say they believe in God, but God became a man. What does your religion believe about God? Yeah, I believe in God, but he became a woman. What does your religion say about God? I believe in God, but God became, you know, a statue, or God became an animal. So basically, I read the Quran and I read the Bible. And after reading the Bible and the Quran, I came to the conclusion, after looking at my cousin and looking at my Jamaican Christian family, I noticed that my cousin, he believed in one God. I noticed that my family, my cousin, he believed in one God. I noticed that my cousin, he grew his bed. I noticed that my cousin, he used to wear a long gown. I noticed that my cousin, he never used to eat pork. I noticed that my cousin, he didn't used to drink alcohol. You know, when I look at my cousin, when I look at my Christian family, I notice that in your church they have pictures of crosses, they have saints, they have idols, they have blasphemy. I noticed that the men in the church, they all wear suits and bow ties. The women showing cleavage and mini skirts. You know, I noticed my cousin, his wife used to dress like Mary. So I looked at both the lifestyles and I realized that my cousin and Moses and Jesus and all the prophets, they used to fall down on their face and pray. They believed in one God. They didn't used to worship men, statues, or animals. And I realized Christians, they don't worship God, they worship Jesus the prophet. They didn't fall down on their face and pray. In the church, there's no worship. There's just music and instruments and dancing and raving. And I came to the conclusion, as the scholars of Islam says, that there's only one God that has the right to be worshipped. And that God is not a man, it's not a statue, it's not an animal. And that Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, and all the messengers of God told people to worship God alone, and they were all Muslims. And as the Quran says, it gives a description of God. قل هو الله أحد الله صمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Say that God is one, the absolute, the eternal. He doesn't give birth, he doesn't have kids, and there's nothing comparable to him. The streets or the deen, you gotta choose one. I left the streets and I chose the deen. I think you should too.